Hello everyone, it's Oliver Harper here and I'm back for a new Q&A in my new place. I'm now in Norwich. It's my office now. I've put up these sound sort of foam on the back there to sort of absorb some of the noise. When I recorded my Resident Evil 2 review and I was like playing it back, I was like, oh, there's a bit of echo there. So I'm going to put more of these behind me, probably in front of me actually, because I'm facing the back of the wall, and need to put up some posters, so that should hopefully absorb some of the sound to reduce any sort of reverb, because, you know, I want to sort of maintain the quality of voiceovers and don't want to suddenly sound like I'm inside a giant hall, as it were. But anyway, let's crack on with the first question, and the first question is from Andre. Question number one, would you ever consider reviewing Planet of the Apes, the 1968 film? Yes. You know, I saw those movies growing up. I think it was probably all out of order, you know. I saw the TV series as well on Channel 4 growing up, which I didn't mind. But I rewatched the 68 film last summer and I thought it was brilliant. It was a really, really good film, and definitely something I should cover as a retrospective. Question number two, would you ever consider Iron Man this summer to celebrate the MCU climax in Endgame? I'm not really sure at the moment, mate. I like the film. I know there's a lot sort of production stuff behind it all. There's a great extensive documentary. And I covered it, you know, I think me and Richard have covered it a while back as a commentary. I'm on the fence about it. I mean, I like the film, but there isn't this huge desire for me to sort of cover it in an extensive way. You know, if I was going to cover one of those movies, it will probably be like Captain America: The Avenger. But Iron Man, I don't know. My opinions may change on covering it closer to that point. But I mean, Endgame's out. What is it? April, isn't it? Or was that? Captain Marvel's out first, then it's Endgame. But maybe closer to the time, I may change my mind. The next question is from Frederick. Hey Oliver, congrats on the new house. Thank you very much. Two questions for you. Of all the new technology introduced in movies and TV series, which ones would you like if they were available? Personally, I would like a Star Trek replicator. I thought long and hard about this. I was thinking the Cosmic Key from Masters of the Universe, but there's one thing I always wanted as a kid, and there was a replica of it, like a toy version of it, but I would like a kind of like Hot Toys or whatever sort of really good replica of the gun. It's a gun, sorry. Brave Star's gun. I fucking love the look of it. It's amazing. So yeah, probably that. Question number two, have you watched the series Bodyguard on Netflix? I think Richard Madden would make a terrific Bond. Cheers, mate. No, I haven't. I've heard a lot about it on the news and websites and so forth. But no, I have not got around to watching The Bodyguard. I've been watching way too many documentaries on Netflix, and that sort of absorbs most of my kind of time. I mean, movies-wise, there isn't much choice. I mean, obviously Bodyguard's a TV series, but yeah, I'll give it a go, and I'll let you know my thoughts on it in future. The next question is from Omar. Hi Ollie, hope your move went well. Question number one, will you be doing any more James Bond commentaries, as I'm a huge fan of the franchise? Also, Bond 25 has been delayed again. Sigh. Yes, I will be doing more Bond commentaries. I have been discussing the idea with Mark O'Connell. Mark obviously wrote a book on James Bond, and he is friends with the Broccolis. So yeah, they are on the cards. We may be starting again afresh with all James Bond, but Mark is a big fan of A View to a Kill, so we may be covering that first. So they may be all out of order, but yes, more Bond on the horizon. And yeah, and sadly, it's been delayed, the next film, which is, you know, probably for a good thing to get the script up to snuff, as it were. Question number two: which film do you think will win the Best Pictures at the Oscar? Well, the results came in last night for UK people, and it was Green Book. I was expecting the favourite to win, but yeah, there you go. Question number three, are you getting the 4K release of Alien? My recommendation for your 200th retrospective is 2001: A Space Odyssey. 2001 is a movie that has been asked a lot for the 200th review, so it's a strong possibility. And the 4K release of Alien, I'm going to wait for the box set. I made that mistake with the Matrix 4K disc. I bought the 4K disc, and a few months later they brought out the box set. So, you know, I don't want to buy Alien and then get the box set, then I've got this spare 4K disc floating around, taking up space. So I'm going to wait till Fox put out the big box set, which I'm sure they will do later in the year. So I'm going to wait for that. I'm sure the reviews of the, you know, the standalone release will be amazing, and now everyone will be telling me, oh, it's a, you know, you got to get it, you got to get it, and I'll be like, well, you know, I'm just going to wait, but I'll be jealous of everyone else who owns it. Next question is from Wit. Hey Ollie, congrats on the big move. Thank you very much. Question number 1, which film do you think should win the Oscar for Best Original Score of 2018? Well, Black Panther won Best Score, which I thought was very good. It didn't blow my socks off, you know. I saw it in the cinema and thought, wow, that's a good theme. But, you know, I've only seen the film once, so I've not just decided to watch it again. I thought it was a very average film. But for me, I probably would have voted, out all the films I saw last year, out of the new films, I would say Ready Player One should have won Best Score out of the bunch. Question number 2, what is the most guilty pleasure film score you have in your collection that you wouldn't tell most people you own? Well, I put down Lawnmower Man 2 by Robert Folk. Terrible, terrible film, but an incredible score, which I believe they probably tempt the Jurassic Park music over with the whole thing, because you listen to the end title music of Lawnmower Man 2, very reminiscent of Jurassic Park. Question number 3, knowing your position on reboots and sequels, if you had the power to pick 3 movies or franchises that could never have sequels or remakes made, which one would you pick? I put down 3, Back to the Future trilogy, Lord of the Rings trilogy, and Jaws. Question number 4, what's your favourite cereal? Well, as a kid, I enjoyed eating Frosties, which is probably, I think it's called Frosted Flakes in America. Maybe it's called Frosties now, I don't know. Wheatos as well, but these cereals are all high in sugar, and so I've cut down on a lot of sugar, especially in the morning. So I generally just eat Weetabix now. So yeah, sometimes have them warm, get 3 Weetabix, bit of milk, bung it in the microwave, heat it up, and eat them warm. Yeah, I used to eat a lot of my cereal warm, and my sisters would be like, "Eh, it's disgusting," but it's amazing. Next question is from my good friend Robin. Hi Ollie, how do you see your channel and retrospectives evolving this year? Well, I expect my retrospectives to get longer, but also maybe introduce interviews into those videos, so a particular cast member or crew member can discuss that movie and provide a little bit more trivia into production. But also do separate interviews as well. So I want to interview John Dupree, who scored the Ninja Turtle films and A Fish Called Wonder. He's now based in Bath, so he's come back from the USA, and he's also involved with Eric Idle and things like that. So I want to do kind of separate interviews discussing sort of particular movies I love. And maybe interview the director of Ninja Turtles and Electric Dreams, Steve Barron, who kind of, I think he's moved down to East Anglia, so so it makes it very easy for me because he's not that far. But yeah, longer reviews and more interviews. Next question is from Andrew Dalton. Hi Oliver, question number 1, how excited are you for the new Ghostbusters film? I'm unsure at the moment. I'm going to wait till I see more footage, but I like the director involved. I think it's going in the right direction, but I can't really comment on it till I see any footage and say, does this look good? Are the jokes working? And you can't really fully judge it till you see the entire film. So I'm going to hold back from, you know, losing my temper or getting overly excited over something I've not actually seen yet. Question number 2 from Andrew. Would you ever consider curating your own film evening/festival? If so, how would you theme it? I would do it on the fantasy movies we grew up on. So I've chosen a list of like 4 movies that would kind of fit the bill. Masters of the Universe, Conan the Barbarian, The Dark Crystal, and Highlander. So yeah, that will be all fantasy themed 80s movies. And you know, the list may change, but you know, you don't want to have too many films because everyone just fall asleep. So yeah, try and keep it down. And Conan's probably the longest movie on that list. So you want to have like 90-minute movies. So you can have like just, you know, be 6 hours altogether. That's still quite long. But yeah, fantasy movies is definitely the way I'd go. Next question is from Sylvester. Hi Oliver, have you ever played any of the Witcher games? If yes, what's your opinion on it? Also, what do you think of Henry Cavill being cast as Gerard in the upcoming Netflix series? I've never played the Witcher games. I know it's a really popular video game series and it's something I've never actually played. I mean, I've seen reviews and I've seen it on the shelves and in video game shops, but I've never actually been tempted to go buy it. And I'm sure my friends have told me it's very good. I saw some of the early, I think, was it photographs or production material on the new TV show with Henry in the makeup and all that stuff, and he looked good. So I have no doubt that it will look probably, you know, very much kind of copy the visuals of the game, but we'll see if the actual TV show actually lives up to expectations of it being based on a video game. And where most TV shows or movies or whatever based on video games are never particularly any good. But I am looking forward to actually the Resident Evil series by Netflix, so hopefully, fingers crossed, it's very good. And the final question is from Nick. With Samsung and Oppo bowing out of manufacturing any more Blu-ray or Ultra HD players, what are your projections on the future of physical media for films? Will the 4K market have a chance to really grow enough to maintain any lasting traction for home media? I would say with Samsung bowing out, other manufacturers will sort of take on that position and sort of produce their own players. The market may shrink a little bit. Also, I think the 4K market is still kind of niche. I don't see it. I mean, you go into any sort of regular shop and they've got 4K stuff on the shelves, but it's always kind of limited pickings of movies. It's never like a complete whole section dedicated to 4K, especially in the UK. I see it just really a specialised kind of market, and if that audience are still buying into physical media, which I'm sure they do with any niche market, it will be kind of healthy, but they would produce kind of less copies of particular movies. It's like the 3D market. That's all kind of very much died out, but they're still producing 3D movies releases in the UK, and Europe and so forth. Where in America, I think they stopped releasing 3D movies for Blu-ray. But yeah, it's always, you know, upsetting to see sort of people stop manufacturing players, and you know, and some, you know, companies won't even make the step to 4K to release their movies, putting down to the cost and obviously the market share. But I'm not a business guy, so I don't really know how things will sort of transcend over the coming months. But we'll see. I mean, I'm still buying 4K discs. I'm very picky though. I like to buy movies that are kind of re-releases of old films. I don't really buy brand new movies of 4K titles because they're often upscales. Oh, someone's sneezing next door. My neighbour just had a child recently, so it's crying a lot. So I do apologise if you hear the odd little cry in the background. Yeah, with newborns, they can't stop crying. All they need is eating and shitting. That's all they do. Okay, well, that's the end of the Q&A. I hope you enjoyed it. As I've posted on Patreon, I believe so anyway. Well, the next retrospective is Excalibur. And we have commentaries soon on Ghostbusters 2 and Batman with Tim. I will be seeing Tim tomorrow. And in early March, I will be seeing Brad and then seeing Mark to complete the Indiana Jones and Star Wars commentaries. Okay, everyone, take care, and I'll see you all next time.